Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into something really fascinating. It's a complete blueprint for socialization.
It is. It's this highly structured cradle-to-community framework.
And the whole point is to prepare children with a really deep sense of identity and academic mastery before they even step foot in a formal school.
Right, before the external world gets to them.
The document we're looking at is called The 6 Schools We Control. And it's not a list of suggestions, is it? It's much more of a structural mandate.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, let's unpack this. The goal, right from the source material, is to create a preparation that's African-centered, African-led, and just laser-focused on achievement. So our mission today is really to get into the mechanics of these 6 schools and figure out why on earth the system starts years before a child is even born.
And that last point is so crucial. The whole framework is defined by that intentionality, by its timeline.
It's proactive.
Totally proactive. It's a holistic system designed to create a cultural environment. You could almost call it a cultural shield.
A shield. I like that.
And it's additive. It's not like you graduate from school one and move on. Each stage builds on the last, It expands the child's circle of influence.
From the self to the parents?
Then the immediate family, the extended family, and then finally the whole community structure. It's a powerful idea.
That idea of expanding circles really helps you grasp the scope here. And that proactive approach you mentioned, that takes us straight to the first stage, which I have to say is genuinely radical. This is school 1, the pre-womb school.
Exactly. I mean, when people talk about early education, they're usually thinking, what, prenatal infancy?
Right.
This system goes so much further. The first stage isn't even about the child. It's about shaping the future mothers and fathers.
Which makes perfect sense when you think about it.
Of course. The core insight is that you can't build a successful child if you haven't first built successful, culturally grounded parents.
So how does it shape them? What are they shaped by? The source gives us these 2 very specific, very ancient anchors.
It does. The values of MAT and PT-Hotep.
And for anyone listening, MAAT is this ancient concept of truth, balance, order, justice. It's like an operational philosophy for how to live.
It's the how. And then PT-Hotep provides the wisdom, the instruction, the sort of practical rules for maintaining social harmony.
So right away, you have this deep philosophical grounding. It's not just be a good person. It's adhere to this specific cultural and moral blueprint.
Right. And it's not just philosophy.
No, it's practical too. The pre-womb school pushes for a strong reading culture in the home and making sure that these future parents really know their family history, their community origin stories. It's an intellectual and moral tune-up.
A calibration. You're making sure the child's first teachers, parents, are fully prepared for the job. Right. And that preparation flows right into school 2, the womb school.
Okay, so if school 1 set the blueprint for the parents.
School 2 implements that blueprint into the physical and psychological environment around the developing child.
And here's where it gets really interesting for me. The system connects these abstract values to concrete biological and psychological outcomes.
Yes. The goal for the in utero environment is that it must be stress protecting and bonding.
And how do they do that? Well, it says the environment has to be infused with MAAT, with that same order and balance, but also, and this is key, by creating a very specific sound environment.
The sound environment is so important. The source details affirmations, prayer, and carefully chosen music. And this isn't just about, relaxing.
No, it's about setting the vibrational frequency of the home. It's about minimizing stress hormones, maximizing bonding before the child even arrives.
The stated goal is reduce trauma, explicitly.
Yeah.
That plus proper nutrition and intentional care for the mother.
What's just so fascinating is that connection, taking an ancient cultural concept like MAAT, order and truth, and linking it directly to the modern understanding of minimizing prenatal stress.
The environment itself becomes the child's first curriculum. So once the child is born, the focus has to shift. It goes from controlling the environment to intentional instruction. And that responsibility, that falls squarely on the immediate family.
Which brings us to school 3. The parent school. And there's a real shift in the mandate here. In school 1, the parents were students. Now they're the faculty.
They're the designated faculty. They have to become first master teachers.
But that's not just a nice sounding title, is it?
Not at all. The parent school gives them a very clear job description. They are responsible for ensuring the child masters 5 foundational areas.
Okay, what are they?
Language mastery, impeccable behavior, establishing really rigorous study habits, teaching our story, And then, crucially, modeling and teaching achievement success.
I want to stop on that phrase, achievement success, because it sounds like it's more than just teaching about success.
Oh, it's so much more. It implies that parents have to actively demonstrate it. They have to teach the mechanics of how you reach goals, how you manage resources, how you excel. It's leading by doing.
By sustained, verifiable example.
Precisely. And the system is smart enough to know that some instruction needs to be specialized. Which brings us to School 4, the father male school.
Right. So this school isolates specific qualities that fathers and male mentors are supposed to shape in children.
Yeah, it distinguishes these lessons from the more general academic and habit building of the parent school.
And the focus here feels very practical, very skill-oriented. It's about cultivating courage, protection skills,
Enforcing explicit manhood standards, and teaching really essential life skills. We're talking conflict resolution, sophisticated problem solving.
and it even mentions a very specific duty, ensuring safety for sisters.
Yes, and we connect this to the bigger picture. This separation is key. The model sees identity formation and academic success from School 3, and cultural protection and physical defense from School 4 as equally critical. Both are mandatory. It's not just, a stereotype of dads do the rough stuff.
No, it's mandated education and social and physical resilience. So this brings up a pretty important question analytically. How does the framework handle this if, say, the primary caregiver is a single mother? Is there a built-in way for community mentors to step in?
And that's where the structure is designed to be resilient. The parent is the first master teacher, but not the only one.
Ah, okay.
The system anticipates that need. The fact that schools 5 and 6 even exist shows that the parent-father instruction is meant to be backed up, to be reinforced by the broader family and community.
So the lessons get delivered one way or another.
That's the idea. They get delivered even if the immediate family unit can't provide them alone.
That's a perfect transition because once you define those immediate parent and mentor roles, the system zooms out.
Right.
You go from that specialized teaching to basically institutionalizing the entire support network. And that starts with School 5. The family school.
The family school basically takes the whole extended kinship network, aunts, uncles, cousins, elders, and turns it into a functional learning environment.
The structured one.
A very structured one. It's where all the lessons from schools 3 and 4 get reinforced and, applied in the real world with real social dynamics.
And we see some crucial elements listed here, like extended family kinship gatherings and formalized elders council. These aren't just holiday parties. They're accountability sessions. They're how wisdom gets passed down.
Absolutely. They function as accountability. But School 5 also focuses on skills for external survival, economic resilience, and local cooperation.
Okay, so it moves beyond just individual identity.
It has to. It moves into collective, tangible sustainability. The kids are learning how their family works as an economic unit. It's about self-reliance, about minimizing dependence on outside systems.
And I notice conflict skills are mentioned again here in the family school after being in the father-male school.
That's a great catch.
Yep.
It signals that this is a core competency. It's something you have to practice in a real social setting, not just learn in theory. It's about social intelligence.
And that communal support finds its highest, most organized form in the final school, right? School 6, the community school.
Yes, this is the big one. This is the external, organized layer that makes sure everything is consistent across all the children in the system.
And this looks a lot like organized supplementary infrastructure. It's there to catch any gaps and accelerate achievement. What are the key institutions here?
The structure mandates Saturday academies and dedicated mentors.
Saturday school,
but with a very specific focus. The curriculum emphasizes our story and STEM subjects: science, technology, engineering, and math.
That's a powerful combination. Our story grounds the identity.
And STEM provides the hard skills for future economic leadership.
So if we connect all this to the bigger picture, what you're saying is that schools 5 and 6 create this comprehensive safety net.
A safety net and an external accountability system. The source even mentions things like study circles, achievement awards, and excellence nights.
So you're turning private family values into a public communal infrastructure.
Exactly. You're celebrating and publicly validating success. The child is constantly in an environment that rewards the desired behaviors and achievements.
It's a full-time immersion curriculum. It starts with the parent's state of mind and ends with a community celebration. So after going through all 6 of these schools, what's the end goal? What's the measurable academic target?
The graphic is very specific. Children are expected to achieve mastery in 5 core subjects.
Which are?
Reading, math, science, history, and the arts.
And the crucial detail, the thing that ties the whole framework together, is that this mastery is achieved using African-centered books and material.
Yes. The content and the cultural lens are unified. The worldview is foundational, not just an add-on.
So that's the structure. But what holds it all together? What are the values that run through all 6 schools?
The source material is very clear on that. It lists 8 underlying core focus areas, the pillars.
And what are these 8 pillars?
They are identity, family, accountability, tutoring, wellness, protection, economic resilience, and excellence.
So those 8 things are the operational philosophy for the whole system.
They define what success looks like at every single stage.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? I mean, if we synthesize this whole framework, it's less about discrete lessons, like a school year.
Right, it's not temporary. It's about creating a holistic cultural and psychological ecosystem. Every single stage, from preparing the parent in school 1 to the community party in school 6, just reinforces those 8 core concepts.
And the result, the end product.
The culmination is a child who enters the wider world, and eventually external systems like government schools with their identity, their values, their achievements, and their protective mechanisms already fully in place.
The control over the narrative and the environment is absolute. It preempts potential conflicts before they can even start. It is just a profound commitment to defining and controlling that environment, starting years before the child is even ready for formal school. We've gone from pre-womb and womb
to the specialized teaching of the parent and father male schools.
And finally, to the reinforcing systems of the family and community schools.
And that intentionality, especially around education, it brings up a deeper question for you, the listener, to sort of mull over.
Okay.
Given that our story is mandated to be taught by the parent in school 3, then it's reinforced by the family in school 5, and then it's institutionalized in Saturday academies in school 6.
Right. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. So how does this decentralized, continuous, culturally sourced history education fundamentally redefine what mastery of history even means? Especially when you compare it to a traditional curriculum that usually comes from one single institutional source.
That's a great point.
It's something to think about. The difference between history as a subject you take and history as a communal life practice.
A fantastic question to end on. Thank you for diving deep with us today.